XRP's volatility has died down over the past 1 week. Now, we've been talking about this region of support, this region of resistance, but everyone's wondering, well, what's gonna happen next? What is happening with XRP? Well, today I got Sean with me, who's actually gonna give you a different visual on what XRP could be doing right here. On over to you, Sean.
XRP's volatility has been crushed, but it's been showing a lot of strength. So let me explain what I'm seeing over here. Right over here, we're looking at XRP on the 2-day time frame. And what I've done is I've drawn two zones of resistance and support for you guys. The first zone of resistance I've derived from the 2-day dynamic, right? And I drew the zone out back when XRP was hovering right above the 2-day dynamic, threatening to break it. The support zone over here underneath, coming in around $1.80 to around $1.90, is derived from the weekly dynamic. I'm going to quickly switch on over to the weekly for you guys, and you guys can see that when XRP had that big flush down, it came down and bounced right off the weekly dynamic. Now, flipping back on over to the 2-day time frame, I'm essentially going to be playing XRP between these two zones derived from two time frames, the 2-day time frame and the weekly time frame. Now, many of you guys might be wondering, okay, should we just buy right over here, Sean? Well, not really. If you did not buy all the way back down over here at the support zone, we are sitting way too close to this resistance zone to be risking a buy at this point. You are much better off just simply waiting for price to flip this level and then getting into your positions at a higher price. Remember guys, if you are close to resistance, simply wait for that resistance to flip into support. Vice versa, if you are close to support, buy at support and wait for that level to flip to resistance and exit, right? Another way we can be looking at this is by flipping on over to the daily time frame and turning on your Ichimoku. Right over here, you guys can see that we have strong confluence. The Tenkin, the blue line, and the Kijun, the red line, are now crossed bearish with price living underneath it. And look at that, guys. The Tenkin and Kijun are confluencing perfectly with our 2-day dynamic zone over here. This is something else we can use as confluence to add to our positions if price starts closing above the Tenkin and the Kijun. Now, I'll be looking for at least 2 daily candles above the zone to start building confidence in this. Look at how the top of the zone is lining up with the top of the cloud over here as well. Furthermore, look at how the bottom of the zone is lining up with the bottom of the cloud. So the way I'm looking at this, Kusha, is you could simply exclude everything else I talked about at the beginning of this video, okay? Look at only the daily Ichimoku. And if price starts to close candles above the Tenkin and the Kijun, and we also get the bullish TK cross again, where the blue crosses over the red Kijun, then I'll start looking for price to make its way up into all-time highs again. That being said, the longer price spends over here and breaks into the green cloud, I'll be looking for the bottom of the cloud to get tested, essentially the lows getting tested. So it's a if this, then that.
So the conclusion here would be to have patience before you move.
Indeed, the market gave us a brilliant opportunity to bid a key level. Now, not everyone was either awake for that level or in the right mental space to bid that level. So if you did not get that level, that's completely fine. All you have to do now is act appropriately and well from this point forward. And the right play over here, guys, is to wait for this level to flip or wait for a retest of this low over here. Now you tell us, Kusha, if price actually breaks this zone over here to the upside, where can we expect XRP to make its new highs?
I'm looking at $5 to $10 per XRP token. Where am I getting that from? Guys, there's a massive bull flag being printed out on this very chart. And if XRP actually starts closing candles, weekly candles, over this box that Sean has drawn out for you, once again with the top of the range coming in at 280, I'm looking at 286 here, we start getting those weekly closes. Bingo! Because this is the bull flag we'll effectively be breaking out of. This right here is the pole. And closing above that, more importantly on the weekly time frame, will trigger the flag to which the measured move only comes in at around $10 per XRP token. So as far as targets are concerned, I'm looking for the next impulsive move to actually come to us as soon as we start doing that. So I agree with Sean here. Right now, it's a do-nothing situation. Sometimes the best things you can do for your position is just sit on your hands and do nothing, especially if you're someone who's been riding the entire XRP trade with us since 62 cents being our first bid. Don't mess up good positions. Don't get cute on it.
And remember, guys, every time you think that the market won't give you another opportunity, it always does it. If there's anything the last week has proven, it's just that. The worst thing you'd want to do is buy right up against resistance, and then we actually get that move down to the bottom of the cloud over here. All you have to do is wait for a few candle closes above the zone. You're going to have your confidence, you're going to get your momentum play, and likely all the way up to Krisha's targets at $10.
With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.
Ciao.
And this entire range of oscillation would be the flag breaking out of 286, clearing out Sean's zone.